You're doing Ralfy here, Ralfy Customs. Back on the Triumph, and it might be the last instalment, yeah? If you followed along, you'll see that all the mechanical, all the fitting up, all the fucking about is done. I've just got to wire it up. Put water in it, put oil in it, put petrol in it. Hopefully, it'll be a fucking runner. So, I'm not sure how well this video is going to translate, but we'll get on and do it, and we'll see how it comes out, eh? Right, here's the first mindfuck. These are the wires from the headlight, which is earth, then red's high, yellow's low. So, got the old low high switch on here. You would have thought that the bike gods would have shone upon me and made it something similar, but it's fucking not. The red on this is common. That's common, so power goes in there, and then... Oh no, sorry, I'm telling you wrong. Power goes in the fucking black. And then you've got iron low. So that's power in. And then iron low. So there's a fuck up. And that's fuck. So we need to have a look at that. And I'm also wondering where to fucking run the wires, you know. There's not room under the tank. I don't know, there's not room in here. This is so small, there's not room in there to do any fucking real wiring. You know, of connectors and wires running in there. The common live for the underbar switches and the speedo and that. Don't think it's going to work. Which means I've got a fucking nest of wires, including the fucking temperature sender, fan wiring. Yeah. So I don't fucking know. I've not really left myself enough room. Maybe I can run them around there and then down here. And round here and down, and then in the bottom, or I can run them out the bottom of this, through there, along there, and up with the fucking tuck them inside that frame. I'm not videoing this very well. Sorry for the shitty camera work. I'm just thinking out loud and filming it. So we might run the loom round the frame tube this way to keep the fucking backbone area tidy. What I'll do, I'll run the wires up that I know I've got to run up. I've got to run a power for the starter. I've got to run that relay switch up. So I'm going to run a relay in the box that will trip the factory starter relay. I don't want to. I think it'll fry that switch if I don't run a relay. I've got one, so fucking use it, you know. And then I've got to run power up for the lights on, and I've got to look at the fucking speedo, see what the speedo demands. And so all in all, there's 1, 2, 3 with the starter button, 4 with the fan. 4 lots of wiring that need a feed, so that's what I'm going to work on next. Right, time for a quick fucking feed. We've got some very lightly toasted bread with avocado, egg, sauerkraut, some little cherry tomatoes. That's some brunch. Wiring, as far as wiring goes, we have backlight, brake light. We've got battery fitted with the right leads. We need to wait for a longer lead for the starter. It's under here. This is the power for the lights. I'm wondering if I need to run a ignition fed live, which is that terminal there, or I can pick it back off that. Sorry, that there, because that's going to be ignition fed live. There's 2 points there I can come off. For the fucking speedo, I need to look at that next. I'm just going to finish wiring up the lines. I've decided to join it all here. I'm going to run this earth back down to the box. I can't think of good alternative. I could drill here and put a fucking screw in or something, but I'm not sure there's enough room for the wires to run up in the tunnel to sit on top of the tube. I think they need to fuck off back down and go into the box, which is maybe a bit of a pain in the arse. I suppose I could pull it out and grab the fucking this screw that mounts there, that mounts this fucking Speedo drive, but you know, how good on earth is it when it's going through a set of headset bearings that are covered in grease and it's not actually a fully contactable thing. I don't know if the battery, if the Speedo will stand for that, and I don't know if the light will fucking like it, so I'm going to run a proper fucking earth, I think. Right, we're working his way through the snake's fucking wedding. We've picked up this earth. Miles away. Earth. We've picked up this earth off the Speedo fucking wiring, which we're going to have to fuck about with because it's way too long. We've looped up the switches. We realised that for the high-low switch, it's actually red is the power, so this grey wire is lights on to the front, and that powers it up, and then the switch distributes it between yellow for low, and red for high, which is what we've done. So now we've got a pair of wires. This is how I do it. Look, I tape this pair of wires together so they sit how I want them to sit. In this case, like a flat. I don't want to twist in it because I'm trying to snide it above the tank mounts. Look, I've already cloth wrapped these. Lots of people use lots of different things for looms. They use that Chinese finger trap stuff, the mesh. I don't use that, although I've got some coming for Mickey's because I think his might have that, and for future just in cases. What I use is fucking cloth tape. This shit's fucking great. Don't have to be Tessa tape. Can be any fucking brand. It's good shit. It sticks to itself. It's not too sticky otherwise, and it makes a nice traditional, neat fucking job. That's as tight as your wiring's tight, you know. Don't want to heat shrink it all. I don't want that much plastic fucking going around. It gets a bit brittle on when you have it bent in large fucking lengths like, and all the rest of it not keen. So what I'll end up doing is rerouting my fucking, look at that, I've chopped the fucking throttle cable through the wires. But it's fine because I've not connected the fucker up. So I'll have that out of the way, look. There you go. I'll end up probably cable tying them together there. I'm not sure. I'll wrap them anyway and see what's what. That's fair, isn't it? Wrap this up to there, wrap that down to there, and so on and so forth. And then I'll wrap these all the way down to the ends. That end goes on the lights on position of the ignition switch, and that end is an earth. So that's that. Right, onto the fucking Speedo. Now, the wires are fucking like micro wires, and they're a cunt to join up. So, with what we do, little focus look, we wrap the wire, strip a bit off with a thumbnail, because the tool just strips the inner wire as well. And then we wrap it around the new wire. I don't have anything like that finer wire. I'm using the thinnest brown I've got, I think, in a minute. Oh, I might have some thinner, actually. Bear with. Oh, I have. Right, I'll swap that out. There it is. Yeah. Just fucking wrestle this snake's wedding, and I'll swap that out, but you get the picture. We've got a bit of heat shrink. We wrap it around the exposed wire, and we can extend the that's ignition fed live, and that's battery live, and then the others plug into itself. But it's fucking hell, what? Well, they're expecting, look at the length of the fucking wiring on this, look. And this front end's quite long for a stocker. Well, they're expecting you to run a fucking Swedish, like a fucking Kerno, if you're watching. Like one of Kerno's bikes. Hey? Big shout out to Mo and Jack there, and the lads. Anyway, I'm going to have to shorten these fucking wires, I think. Which, as I say, looking at how fine they are, is... I'm not going to de-pin it, am I, in the plug there and fucking re-pin it. That's not going to happen, is it? I'm going to have to cut the cunts. That's what I'm going to have to do, cut the cunts. And go from there. So, that's what I'll have to fucking do. Right, so we've done that. We've run the wires in that need to go in, but we've not connected up there. It's starting to fill out in here now, and when I turn the ignition on, the speedo lights up and does its thing. So, those ears need making good. The ignition fed live, there's only one connection on there at the minute, and I might bring one off and branch it, so it's got 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many I need for ignition fed. I know that needs to be ignition fed live. That's for the brake light. So we'll see how we get on. In the meantime, I'm going to try and tidy these wires up. Let's get down here. Get down, get on with it. Clip space, so we're not kneeling on the red hot soldering iron. I'm going to try and get rid of this fucker. This big loop. That's my plan. So I vote that I could possibly run it back and return it on itself. You know, I know that this is about right. This one coming off the speedo, I'm really happy with that. It's fine now, just like that. Yeah. And then that needs to come up there, just kind of like that. So what I'll do, I'll probably get the mounting on for the sensor, and then cable tie the wire up my brake line and bring it off to here, and then see what's left and look at fucking getting rid of it. It's only 3 wires. I'm sure we can do something. Yeah, so that's the fucking solution. Chop that out. Look, the fucking wires don't even match. We've got orange, grey, and blue, and they connect to red, white, and black. Look. Oh, we've done that anyway. Let's just fucking check it still works, eh? Yes, happy days. Happy fucking days. So we can have a quick tape up and a quick fucking cable tie up, and then we need to start looking at the ignition system. And the charging system. And the fucking cooling system. Right. Come to fit the magnets, and they're too big for the fucking hole. Focus. See that faint red mark? That's got to go outside, so they all follow each other, so it fits that way into the job. I'm going to have to super glue them in. That's my best bet, because it's got stainless fastenings and whatnot. What? Fucking look at this. Right. Can you see there's a fucking lump there? I can't point. It's about there where my middle finger's touching. There's a fucking bump. Now, look. I shot myself in the hand, and I think there's some... Fuck that. I mean, the projectile's still in there. Oh, that's an hospital job then, isn't it? Oh, fucking... Just leave it. Leave it, Ralph. It'll work its way out. It can be a party trick until you fucking get it sorted. Okay, so that top is south. And I'm going to put a drop of super glue on. In fact, it's a bit too much. I'm going to pop it in now and press on it. And try and fucking get it to glue. Might not work. If this don't work, then we'll have to look at something else. But the issue I've got is if I fix anything solid in there, then I'm not going to fucking be able to get a disc off on them. So if we get it, this will hopefully. There you go. Look at that. There it is. Job done. So 1 down, 5 to go. Same thing. A little drop of super glue. Just on there. If you remember the advert back in the day, when super glue first came out, you got rubber band, big thick fucking rubber round section rubber, massive O-ring, about the size of this fucking disc, maybe bigger, maybe the size of the wheel, and as thick as my little finger, and I cut it in half, and then super glued it back together and put it on some parallel bars, and a fucking gymnast bounced up and down on it, like, just to show how fucking strong the super glue was. It was, oh fuck off. Go on, stick you fucker. So, it works when there's no air, it bonds when there's no air, so if there's an air gap it don't go off. It don't like dirt. It don't like these fucking magnets. Does it? The stickiest thing it sticks to is skin. It's fucking, that was originally, I'm sure it was invented for closing wounds. I've tried it on some wounds I've had, and if you can't stem the flow of bleeding, you just grow a fucking red fucking super glue and blood mountain on the end of your finger. Anyway, I'll get these in. I'll get these in best as I can, and hopefully it'll be. Well, that was a lot more fucking about than I anticipated. But there they are, super glued in. They're 5s. 7s would be a better fit. If I find out these come out, then I'll get 7s. But the problem I've got is that you need to put them north face out for it to work with this fucking sensor. Failing owning a compass, which I don't think I do. An old-fashioned magnetic compass. I don't know how to check the polarity of batteries. So, batteries, fucking magnets. Don't know how to check the polarity of magnets without an old-school compass, you know. Which I suppose I could get one if I needed to change these. The new ones aren't going to come marked. These come with a fucking really pathetic little red mark on them. Like a marker pen mark. It took me ages to fucking discover it. It shows N in the instructions really clearly, and it doesn't on the magnets. But I'm hoping that that mark that was on 5 out of the 6 is the one that signifies north. But we'll see if it don't fucking work. We'll have to get them out and turn them around or something. So we have the fucking wire end diagram. We have the aluminum, and we're just looking at fucking chopping out the bits that we need, which is at the minute. I'm concentrating on the ignition side. It's this. And there's the plug, and we know what the wires do. The only one I'm not sure about is this black and grey, which is the side stand. Sorry, grey and white side stand switch. I think it needs to run to earth. In fact, no, it fucking does. So what I'm going to do is trace these down, get them to see there. There's a joint there. That's a factory joint because that's how they roll. There's another one somewhere. There's loads. I'll carry on, I'll trace the wires down to a fucking join, or the end, and then I'll trim them off. And then we'll have something to work with coming out of the igniter box. Right, here's the aftermath. There, look, here we fucking go. And we've got the ECU with some wiring. And we've got the charging wires for the alternator even Arbon. So that's all good. This one's really simple, the alternator. It's brown's ignition fed live. Come on, focus. And white's charging straight to the battery. So that brown's ignition fed and that's to the battery. That's simple. My only real decision is whether to leave the fucking wires on the alternator where they are. So, you know, the length they are. So the plug's fucking... not over fucking happy with it, which means that the plug will be down there some fucking way along. I don't really want to go fucking chopping them about, to be honest. If I'm honest, which I am, because you know that's just asking for trouble on the charging system. But that said, I can't connect to one and did, but you get the picture. I mean, they're well long enough, so that's an easy fucking job. The ECU is not a complicated thing either, so let's see how these wires go and do what they go and do. I'm pretty fucking sure they're long enough. Maybe they're not. And I'm not sure what that fucker is. I need to look. I need to double check my reference. But there we go. I've got to fit that. I've got to fit that. And wire in these jobbies. I'm going to make a note. And the fucking this, yes. That's what the other fucker is. There it is. Fucking happy days. I found that. I said, I see. I found that switch in there somewhere. So, yeah. Fan, igniter, charging system, done. There we fucking do it. So, we've got the Speedo wired up and all the magnets in place. You saw that. That's all done. Runs down this side of the backbone. I might tuck that under there a bit better somehow. Not sure. See how it sits. Got the coils wired in. Around this side we've got the main bulk of the wiring. There we go. There's the wires coming up from the ECU. Go off to the coils. We've got the fan switch wired up. There we go, thermostat. When that reaches a certain temperature, it connects the two wires that go to it together. It will be built on better, Ralfy. Dusty. There you go. And that's wired in there, and there's an earth that is under there that I can't point to properly. So that's all done. Now we've just got a bit of a snake's wedding in here, but it ain't that bad. I'm just hooking up this fuse, which is for the ignition. Well, everything ignition fed, pretty much, apart from the Speedo, which I've admitted for some fucking reason I might cut that off and fucking chop it in here somewhere or something, I don't know. And then I think what I will do is probably take this wire, which is the main battery feed, and whack a fucking fuse in there. And then everything's covered. So we've got a separate one for ignition fed. What I do need to do is bring ignition fed from here to here for the starter solenoid. So that's that, and I need to get that bit of solder off that fucking, off there. No. Get off there. And that's about it for the wiring. That's a shallot. Which really does just leave fluids and fucking see if it'll fire up. So, yeah, getting there. So, even. So, any women here? No, I mean, no. We're fucking there. What we're waiting for is a starter lead. Yeah, it burped. I filled it full of oil this morning, and it fucking burped. It blew a big fucking bubble out the fucking top of it and burped itself out, look. Oiled itself. So I can't fit the carbs, so I can't fit the tank, so I can't put petrol in it. Until this fucking lead comes, it goes on here. Look, I've left that rubber boot on there to remind me to think about using a boot. I've got another one there. I think I'll use that one. I think that one's nicer. That one's just too pointy uppy. Too pointy uppy, you. Like a fucking golf club, isn't it? Anyway, what I'm doing while I'm waiting is videoing this. No, it's having a brew and thinking about this fucking tensioner lock. You may recall, if I can get under there, there you go, that's a bit of fucking nylon, Delrin, fucking bonded under there, so it will stay there forever and a day. But I think that this chain will still fucking clatterbucket it, and I was thinking of putting a fucking, I bought this roller tensioner, to see if I can't use it, can't utilise it, and I don't really want to be fucking welding a plate on here. You remember, it's fugly, isn't it? Weld a big upright on there, slotted upright, and fucking have it there, or fucking maybe something there, shove it out here there. Would have been, you know, with hindsight, I could have put a piece on here that came this way with a slot in it, so the further up it goes, the tighter it goes, and Bob's your answer. I don't want to do that. I'm thinking this end. I'm thinking go this end. Do something off these fucking, this engine mount or that engine mount or something. Don't know. I need to have a fucking ponder. And I'm thinking there's got to be a way. If I need it. I've got that. It's now fucking oily. If I need it, I would like to mount it off an existing of this, and maybe encapsulate the shape of the rear casting Maybe use a billet of Allah that's recessed to sit there and then comes out here with a slot in it for the fucking roller. Yeah. If I do it so it just rotates, it's not going to hold fast, is it? The chain's going to fucking push it down. There's not the strength in the world to fucking hold that tight just with that, just with the torque of that engine bolt. It needs to be fixed and slotted for adjustment. So we've got the seeds of creation. We just need to come up with a stunning solution that don't involve fucking welding and grinding and repainting the areas of the frame now that it's all stove enamelled. Okay, prop pickers, it's alive! Alive, I say! I got impatient and fucking jump started it. Punched a couple of leads together with a starter so I could run it up. And there you go. Here it is running. Like so. No joke though, I've just turned the tick over up a bit. Be a bit loud. So there you go. That's it really. You know, I've got to change that lead and put the cover on top of the electrics box. It's charging. There's a couple of shakedown. It needs, well, it needs fucking setting up. Carbs need setting up. It's a bit revvy. It overruns, which means it leads me to believe that the air screws ain't quite fucking right. And it dies if you give it absolutely full throttle. It holds back light, but if you back that off, then it comes back clean. So it's overjetted. I can do a little bit myself. We'll probably end up getting it on a rolling road. What else is there? Well, so it needs setting up. I've found a bit of oil, a bit of an oil leak, and that sticks, look. It's tight on there. That is. So I'm going to disconnect it here, take the peg off, work it, girl. Get that done. There was a little bit of water showing, but it could just be fucking nothing important. I'll go around tighten everything up, make sure everything's good. Brakes all seem good. I can adjust the chain now. Just give it a little bit. Hence I've got it off its wheels. But I'm going to call that fucking done. I might wheel it outside and get a nice photo for the thumbnail. In fact, I probably will after I've adjusted the charm and done stuff. So just leaves me to thank you for watching. If you like what I do, please give me a sub and a thumbs up, drop me a comment, check out my friends in the description below, and I'll see you on the next one. Lots of love, everyone.